Here, okay, go ahead and press towards your belly. And relax. Now for this one, what Lauren was doing was resisting flexion because of where I was giving her resistance. So she was following Kim. What? Looking right at Lauren. She's like, that's Kim. So I was giving Kim the wrong cue, and so I was grabbing up on up here, and so then she was resisting in that direction. So I would stop the test at that point, and I would change where I apply that resistance. So I'm still going to stabilize here, but instead of wrapping my hand around, I'm now going to only apply resistance here so that she has nothing to resist against in deflection. Okay, so go ahead and press again. So we're still getting biceps, lose that big old muscle, but it's better. And relax. Good.
So is it better to have her pull in than you push her down, or it doesn't matter?
As far as the instruction goes, or to try to eliminate the biceps, or the direction of her resistance? I'm not sure of your question.
Like, she pulling into you, can you just push her and her resist this way, or is that different?
Well, if I push this way, then what she's resisting is lateral rotation, and I want to resist medial rotation, so I need to have my hand here. Okay. I think what you're asking is, do I push her out, or does she push me in?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to be a matter of preference. Okay. So I typically tell the person, I want you to hold there. I'm going to try to pull you out of that position, and I want you to keep it. Okay? So for Kim, I'm going to put my resistance here because when I did this, I got a lot of biceps. Now, I still got a fair amount of biceps even when I did here, but now less so. The other thing I could do to get even a little bit less biceps is to come down here and go ahead and try to, we're still getting biceps. But that's a pretty good rotation. My scapulae are going. Okay, let's stop. Let's stop that game. Okay. So then for the teres minor, so now we're getting into a lateral rotation. Now what we're going to do is put you up here, and now I'm going to have you go all the way back. Now this one's a weird one. It's a one joint muscle, so according to Kendall, we're going to have it maximally shortened, okay? So now I'm going to pull her out of lateral rotation when she is maximally laterally rotated. Okay? So hold it there. I'm going to try to pull you up, and you don't let me, okay? And relax. Okay? All right, so those are our last two tests in supine. We've got the medial rotator group and then the teres minor. Your elbow in just a bit. Yeah, there you go. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to pull it down and out a bit. Okay, are you ready?
I got some pipes.
Thank you. I don't. So
you use your body.
So I used my body, and I'm big, so I have a lot of leverage, and so I wasn't using my arms to do that. I was using my couple hundred pounds to pull back this way. Okay, and that's what you want to do, because actually I have no strength in my arms, and so what I was able to do is leverage my body to apply that resistance.
So you'll pulling it out and towards you?
Exactly. So it's primarily a flexor, so most of my resistance is going to be against flexion, but it's also going to adduct, so I'm going to pull out into abduction as well. Okay? Are we good? Coracobrachialis?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now the pect ones. So we're gonna test the make me work. So we're gonna test the clavicular and sternal parts separately again. Okay. So for the at least I'm not spitting on you. The clavicular portion, what is the motion we want him to do? I'm gonna start him here. Go right across your body.
Horizontal
just like this. Yep. And do you have any problems with that? Okay, good. So now we're going to put you right here. I'm going to stabilize over here. What I want you to do is try to bring your arm across. All right? Go ahead. And relax. Good. See, not so good. So now I need more leverage, and so I was pressing below his watch. If for some reason you were concerned about his elbow, you could also apply that resistance here. Now again, if I was really worried about his strength, I knew he'd be kind to me, I could go here, because now my elbow is locked, and now I'm not having to apply the resistance as much. He is. The only problem with this method is if you're a little bit shorter in stature, something happens, you're going to end up on top of your patient. So that's the only thing you want to be careful about that way, but you can lock your elbow from here. Okay, and I can still stabilize. Now I'm left-handed, so I'm going to resist that way because this arm's kind of junk. Okay, so that's the clavicular portion of the clavicle, of the pec. We wanted to do the sternal portion. We're going to go back to that 135. Now what I want you to do, I don't know why we say this in PT, if you were picking an apple and going to put it in that pocket, do that motion.
Put the sword back.
Us, it's picking apples. I don't know, it's been picking apples for 25 years. Okay, good. All right, so now I'm going to come here, and I'm going to have you do that again, but I'm going to try not to let you. Now, what you can do is stabilize the pelvis. So actually, I'm gonna come here and hold you there, and go ahead and push. And relax. Now the advantage again is I'm able to lock, and I'm not having to use my muscles. It also allows you to stabilize the pelvis on this side. I personally like to do it on the other side better. Either one works. Okay? Alright, so we've done coracobrachialis, we've done pec major clavicular, we've done pec major sternal. Okay, so pec minor. Can you slide that way just a bit for me, please? Thank you. You can put this arm at your side. And I'm going to put my hand right under your elbow. This is there to make sure he's not cheating. Okay, so I just have my hand under his elbow. And what I'd like you to do is just bring your shoulder forward. Wugga wugga. Yep, there you go, and relax it. Okay, this time when you come up, I'm going to push down, and don't let me push it down. Okay, go ahead and push up. And relax. Good. Now the reason that I have my hand here is because if people have a weak pec minor, what they're going to do is actually push their elbow into the table to force their shoulder up. With my hand here, as soon as he does that, I'll say, pull your shoulder up, don't use your elbow. Okay, so this allows me to make sure he's not cheating. All right? So for pec minor, which is this, what would be a gravity eliminated position? Standing or sitting, right? Because now gravity is not helping or hurting you. Okay? All right, good. So why don't you do those 4 tests for me without moving your body? Just bring your arm. Yeah, there you go. Good. And come on back. Okay, so that's my test for full available range of motion. If he was not able to do that, I would do that in sideline and have him do the same motion. Okay? The other way that you can test the serratus anterior is the wall push-ups. Okay? So if someone has a weak serratus anterior, that's the person who's going to have a lot of scapular winging when you look at their back. Their scapulae aren't going to stay flat on their torso. So I'm going to have you go ahead and put your arm forward again. And go ahead and punch forward and have you go just a little bit up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be pushing down here, but I'm also going to be pushing on the side of your shoulder blade like that, and I want you to hold it and don't let me to move either one. That wasn't actually English, but you know what I mean. Okay, you ready? And relax. That was hard for me. Good job. Okay, so I have hypermobile thumbs. I think a couple of you also did. And so I got in there and I got in a position where my thumb was getting pretty far out because he's strong. And so you do want to make sure if you have hypermobile thumbs that you get your thumb bent just a bit. Okay? All right? So let's go ahead and have you try that one.